Now they try the right side here. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. They go play action here on first down. Got some real estate inside the 30. Wide open receiver complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all. The way to the 2. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So a nice drive on the road. You come in, you take the ball down, you get 3 points.
Yeah, points are a must on an opening drive, right? So they moved it down efficiently, got it done. I think that bodes well for their chances moving forward in this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Jones. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He's going to look deep down the field. And this will be caught at the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 47 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A give to Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Now big hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Gets past one man, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Here we go. What?
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, 626.
Throwing again. Rodgers. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give the tackle to Tease Tabor that time.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ohio! Come on, let's go! Grand 38! Flex round!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Steps away to his left. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Noah Spence with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Ooh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
That's a lot of points. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, Guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Really strong, effective run there out of a power set or a heavy set. 3 tight ends in the game, and that's tough for a defensive coordinator. They want to spot that lineup coming into the game early so they can get the proper defensive personnel on the field. That's why the coordinator is relying on some of the assistants to tell him what offensive personnel is hitting the field so he can adjust accordingly. They weren't able to stop him on that run.
They'll set up a throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Here we go!
And they'll run it here. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Larry Ogunjobi forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards.
Flex round! Flex round!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now running right through it. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Jack 16. We got three, fellas. We got three.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. And Marquell Lee with a stop defensively.
Let's go.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Scrambling not particularly a Roethlisberger strong suit, but he does get the job done there and gets a first. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
Jack 16. Take both of them.
The give is to Jones. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. And that's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. Launching one for Henderson, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. "13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on first down. Now a handoff looking right, and he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide, and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we've come to half. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Letting one go deep for a noon walk. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
We got three. Three down. Three down. Hey, fellas, we got three. Let's go.
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
we
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Hey, we are going.
On second down, here's Rodgers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Packers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this offense ready to head back out there. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Buying time to his left. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Roethlisberger now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Carl Davis in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now it's Roethlisberger. Trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now Ben on 3rd and long. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, twisting away. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Yeah, maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A good comeback there after the penalty. 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 6.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't. Keep playing hard, fellas. Whoa. Here we go. What?
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. Breaks a tackle. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Snickers, 66.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Back now in Mexico. City.
Like 80. Check. Jack 16. 24.
Here's Jones. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
On second down, Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down. Here's Roethlisberger. Going for the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 29 yards on third down.
Let's go. Jack 16. Set. Blue 30.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Let's go! 190! 190!
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Everyone's got 4 down. Come on, let's go! 190!
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And a nice pickup as this one gets them to the 10-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
190!
He may try and run for this. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Ohio! Ohio! Here we go! 190! 190!
And the blitz does come. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Miles Jack in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Take it at the 37. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Important extra point up and through, and the lead is down to 2. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They have the football. They're looking good, but the lead is just 2. So any mistake in a field goal can beat you. They got to be careful.
And that's where it gets difficult because you don't want that to leak into your thinking. You want to play like, hey, we've got the advantage. We can close this out. Don't play from fear, and they can win this game.
See if they can play fear-free and hang on. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. Rodgers looking to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now defensively here, we're going to get a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Rodgers to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this up to about the 40. And before this play happens, we're going to get a timeout here as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now they try the right side here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get him home free.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Green Bay, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And now it's off to the airport for a date with Customs and a long flight north to the U.S. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
10,000 feet up, what you think of? Oh, I hated knowing that my thoughts would turn to dream, cause I never knew I'd get my chance to link up. Oh, I tell you all of this unusual to me.